What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. What's getting back here with another rebuild here on NBA 2K26. We've already done an expansion rebuild this year, but I'm looking to do another one. We did Las Vegas, and now we're bringing Seattle back to the NBA. This is the first time that I've ever done the expansion draft like this, which you'll see what I mean in just a second. But let's go ahead and jump in and realistically rebuild the Seattle Sonics back to the NBA, bring them back up, and let's rebuild the Seattle Supersonics realistically, basically. Let's jump in and get this started. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciate it. We're currently on the road to 50,000 subs. If you aren't around here, want to help us reach that goal, that would be awesome. So, yeah, this is the first time I've ever done the expansion draft this way, and you might not know what I mean just yet. So basically, I've always just started a brand new file and just started expansion draft right away. But what I did is I actually simmed a season ahead, and you can add expansion teams at the very beginning and accept the expansion and the rule changes, which I had no idea you could do that, but I've done that. The draft lottery has already passed. We're rebuilding the Seattle Sonics, like I said. Unfortunately, I can't click on it, and I don't think I can trade anything just yet. Or no, I can't. So we don't have our team yet. But basically, we got the 6th pick in the lottery. So that's kind of a nice way to start this, I would say. So yeah, this is the first time I've ever done it like this. It's actually really cool. So we have the expansion draft, and I am just going to let the assistant AI take care of it because I think that's the best way to do these. So let's head to draft night, and let's see what we're working with after the draft. So we got that done, and this is what our team now looks like. So we have Jordan Poole, okay, Derek Jones Jr., Grayson Allen, Nikola Jovic, Steven Adams, Jacoby Walter, De Silva, Isaiah Jackson, Chris Murray, Cody Williams, Paul Reed, Athero, and Ben Seraph, and then Max. So not a lot to love here. Obviously, there is some young guys, though, so that's kind of intriguing and nice and all, but unfortunately, nothing too crazy. And as I mentioned, if we can go click on that lottery now, we have the 6th overall pick. So the Gamblers get number 5. OKC via Philadelphia, which that's actually not even true. I should be fixing that because Philadelphia, I believe, is like top 3 protected or something. But other than that, we can jump in this draft and start this off with a 6th overall pick, which is going to be really nice in this 2026 NBA draft. So now that we've jumped into this draft, number 1, Philadelphia gets AJ DeBanza. Number 2 is going to be Daryl Peterson to the Washington Wizards. Number 3 is going to be Cameron Boozer to the Brooklyn Nets. We got Luigi Siegel going to the Hornets out of Italy. Okay. And then Nate Ament goes to Las Vegas. So we have the choice between like Mikael Brown, Dame Sar. I know there's Chris. I know there's Dash Daniels as well. We have Koa Pete. So a lot of different ways we can go about this. We could take Mikael Brown and get our point guard done right now, 6'5", out of Louisville. Or we could take, like I said, I'm kind of leaning towards Dash Daniels or Mikael Brown. I feel like I just had Mikael Brown in a video recently, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. But I do think I'm going to go ahead, and since I had, actually, you know what? I had Dash Daniels in the Las Vegas expansion, so let's go ahead and take Mikael Brown with this one. So Mikael Brown, welcome to Seattle. You are starting things off here for us, and then the second round, we'll go ahead and take, I believe this guy's from Kansas, if I'm not mistaken, so we'll bring him in as well. So that's going to be the way we start our draft, our first one anyway, and that will be our draft. So we walk away with the 77 overall at the point guard spot, and we got Florin as well in the second round. Player options, we got De Silva, which we'll accept, and Chris Murray, which we'll accept as well. I mean, in totality, we'll probably be tanking next year. We might have some cap room as well, but might not go too crazy here because this team is really young and not very good. There is some things here, like I said, but nothing to be overly excited about. The one thing I know for sure is Mikael Brown is the face of the franchise right now. We need to add more to that, but I think I'm cool with just kind of punting on this free agency we have in front of us and just kind of seeing what the future holds. So that's what we're going to do. I want to go ahead and go into this next season with everything that we drafted. Jacoby Walter's up to a 78. Jovic is developing. Cody Williams is developing, which is nice. I mean, getting him off Utah Jazz had a ton of young players to try to protect, and Cody Williams unfortunately didn't make the cut for them. I am using some new settings as well, by the way. So I think I fixed those in my share scenario. So once again, still injuries will be on and all that, but let's go ahead and take a look at the rotation going into year number 1 of this expansion rebuild. The power rank has us literally 32nd overall, which is obviously not too surprising. And wow, what are we doing with the rotation right now? So let's not do that. We'll go 9-minute rotation. We're going to get some guys fully injured if we go 5-minute rotation to start things out. But I mean, again, I'm not expecting a whole lot. This should be a tanking season. Maybe Jordan Poole just goes crazy and some team wants to take on his $34 million contract. Not going to be holding my breath on that, though. That's going to be a hard contract to move. Other than that, there's a bunch of young guys here that I do think can stick. We got Jovic's contract, which he just got extended by the Miami Heat. But we'll see how it goes, man. Mikael Brown, of course, is the face here right now. So what is his shot tendency going to be in year one? It is going to be an 88 and 100 touch tendency. Honestly, I'm actually okay with that. So we're going to sim this season. We're going to see how this season goes. We should be a bad team and have a lottery pick again. But if for whatever reason somehow we made the play-in or the playoffs, I'd be pretty surprised. So at the end of year one, or I guess year two, well, year one of this rebuild, Shea's your MVP. Mikael Brown does win Rookie of the Year, which obviously shouldn't be too surprised. His shot and touch tendency was very high, 21 points per game. So love to see him get over like the Banza and all of that too, though. So I will definitely take that. Josh Giddey's your sixth man. I do say Trace Jackson Davis winning Most Improved, and Zion's your clutch player. Kid is your Coach of the Year. Here is your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team. All defensive first team and all defensive second team. So one thing you will notice as well, at least scrolling through these, is that I did, I think, shrink down the injury tendency. So I think injuries should be not as much as they were in our previous videos. Like, there should be injuries still, but there was definitely a lot of them, I will say. So I'm hoping that this new setting I've moved it to will be different and kind of bring a nice balance to it. Jordan Poole had a damn good season, but I will probably let him go because obviously he doesn't develop much. Only played 66 games. His contract was just tough to move. 21 points from Mikael, as we saw. Jacoby Walter with 15. I'll definitely take that. Even started 16 games. So love that. He will definitely be someone you maybe consider keeping long term. But let's see who goes on to win this championship, because obviously we are not involved in the tournament this year. But let's see who has a shot at it. You got the Mavericks and the Wolves. Wolves moved out east because of expansion, and they do beat the Mavericks in sticks to get a championship. LeBron James went to the other LA team and decided to retire. Batum retires, and you got quite a few other names there. But for the lottery, of course, we were lucky enough to get 6th overall last year. This time we did 8th best odds. Las Vegas was worse than we were, I guess. So let's see if we can just find a way to stay in the top 10. I think I'd be happy with that. So we stay at 8, and Las Vegas fell to 3. You got the Rockets via Brooklyn, Denver at number 1, which is pretty interesting. We got, right now, our head coach being, what is that? Mike Campbell. I almost said Nike Campbell, but that's not the case. So I am going to look to move on from him if I can get a real head coach. I do see Joe Mazzulla. I mean, do you want to come coach the Seattle Sonics? I know they are a franchise that everybody would be super proud to coach. I'm going to throw some offers at some of the best coaches we can find here if they want to see if they want to turn this franchise around. And none of them do so far anyway, so that's not a good start. We do have JJ McDaniels or Benjamin Blair, who runs the triangle. Or we can go Billy Donovan. I guess Billy Donovan's at least real, so we'll get Billy Donovan then. Out of all guys, he's not my favorite, but he's at least a real coach. We'll bring him into Seattle, and we'll be happy with that. And again, we'll be picking at number 8. So I don't think there's going to be any trades when we make him before that. So let's go ahead and draft the 8th overall pick. Pretty sure this 27 draft is considered decently weak, so we may not get anything too significant here, but we'll hope to find someone to fall to our laps at number 8. So Cameron Williams goes, Mika goes, and I was kind of hoping he'd fall to me at number 8. Unfortunately, did not get that lucky, and Anthony Thompson went to the Wizards right before us. Okay, so we have Caleb Holt, Jason Crow. I mean, obviously, we just drafted our point guard last year. There's Gaskins as well, so we could go Gaskins, or we could go Caleb Holt, or we could come down to Brandon McCoy. A lot of different options here. So we could get our backcourt settled right now, though, with Caleb Holt and Mikael Brown. I don't hate that, and I think that's where I'm going with this. So I am going to select Caleb Holt out of Arkansas, bring him into the fold, and we still have a second-round pick as well. We'll take Dalen here out of Texas, and we'll have our backcourt pretty much figured out. So he was a 75 overall. Crow was a 75. Anybody that maybe could have been a little bit better? No, it looks like we did a decent job. So we'll take that. We got our backcourt kind of the future now with Caleb Holt and our other point guard, which I don't know why I keep forgetting it. It's freaking Mikael Brown. I don't know why I was forgetting that. But De Silva I'm going to accept. Grayson Allen, of course, accepts that player option. Ben, and I'm going to accept all these. All these guys are young enough that I think I'm cool with just kind of seeing who develops and who doesn't. Cody Williams will be accepted too. And then Chris Murray, I'm just probably going to let him go. Because if you watched the previous video, you guys know I'm not a big Chris Murray guy. But Poole, who just had a damn good season, was only asking for $6 million now, which is just, I mean, technically speaking, maybe that would be his value, but I think that's a little too low. And again, I just can't seem to get the contract sliders right, but it is what it is on that front. So we do have cap room if you wanted to go crazy here, but I'm again okay with just staying patient still. because there's a lot of young players here that could develop, but we don't have anything to be excited about at some positions. So like power forward and center, if we could walk away and sign one of those guys here now, I think that'd be the most ideal thing we could do. So we have Lively, who is getting a nice offer from the Mavericks, and that's the most money I've ever seen him ask for, and I think that feels realistic, him getting around $20 million. So maybe these sliders, at least for Derek Lively, I think that looks good. He's up to an 83 as well. And then you got Josh Hart, who's not really a power forward, but I guess you could say he is. So I do want to bring in a center. So I might just go ahead and bring in like Daron Sharp, I guess, because he's always one of my guys I like to grab if I can get him. And then as far as power forwards are concerned, I mean, Mogbo is unrestricted. I guess we can just go ahead and give him a deal as well. So go Daron Sharp and Mogbo. Nothing too crazy here to start things off with. So we lose a few guys in free agency. We got a couple guys. We could bring in like Jalen Green or Grady Dick or Brandon Miller, but I want to roll with Caleb Holt and our other guys. So Mikael Brown is up to an 81 up already. Jacoby Walter is up to an 83. Okay, I did not see that coming. I will be honest with you. I do have progression super juice because I have noticed that some of the progression has not been good lately in this game. So that is helping, but I kind of like that. I kind of like being able to see like random guys like Jacoby Walter develop super nice. So I was not anticipating that, but pretty happy with it. Seeing him go to an 83 is something I can get behind. And you have Florin down here developing as well. Thero is developing into a player we could play next year. Of course, Cody Williams also becoming something for us too. I wouldn't hate that. His efficiency hasn't been the greatest, but if we could fix that, we might have ourselves a good player here. So I'm feeling good. So let's go ahead, get into year number 2, and let's see what the rotation is about to look like. So here is indeed your rotation going into year number 2. We got Mikael Brown, of course, still at point guard. Jacoby Walter, who played super well last year, is now getting the opportunity to showcase himself, and he's going to maybe earn himself a big contract from us. Cody Williams, excited to see what he can maybe do this year as well. Mogbo, who we brought in. Sharp, Jovic, Ben Seraph, De Silva, Isaiah Jackson. And then the only thing that does kind of I don't love is I'd like to see Caleb Holt get minutes this year, I would say. So that does get Thero in. But I think I'm going to swap these guys. I'd like to see Caleb Holt play, like I said. So if we can play him as much as possible this year, that would be my most ideal thing we could possibly do. So let's simulate this season. We know we have a nice guard rotation, but there's a lot more still to figure out. And right now we might be a play-in team at this moment. We'll have to see if that sticks, though. So at the end of year number 2, Cade wins MVP. Stokes is your rookie of the year for Denver. Ben Seraph does win 6th man of the year, which is nice to see. So again, our guards are just kind of awesome right now, which is really nice to have that already out of the way very early on in this video. Depoy goes to Wemby. Flag most improved. Shay's your clutch player. And Kid's your coach of the year. Option is your executive. And AD did win Cup MVP. So here is your NBA first team. I'm going to imagine we don't have anybody on here yet, but maybe eventually. Not quite. Peterson already making it, though, for the Wizards. All of that's a first team. You got Nate Ament on here for the Las Vegas expansion. And then here's offensive second team. So nothing for us. And then do we get Caleb Holt on here? Or did he not? Or he does make it. So that's great to see. Average 12 points per game on pretty good efficiency from outside. So definitely love that. And even Las Vegas had a rookie on there as well. So we did, in fact, make it into the play-in. So we went 41-41. So we're already off to a damn good start, getting Seattle back to glory. So let's take a look at these player stats. We had 23 from Mikael Brown. Really good stuff. Ben Seraph with 15. 15 from Jacoby Walter. Again, it looks like he was pretty damn good for us. Would like to see him a little bit, I'd like to see him in the 40s from outside if we could get there eventually. But for now, it's okay. And then Caleb Holt only played 47 games, but when he did, it looks like he was pretty solid. Sharp played all 82, so very happy with that. Jovic, 76, 9 points, 8 points, and Isaiah Jackson is the only one hurt for us at this moment. All right, play-in time against the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's go ahead and shrink this down to a 9-man rotation, and we'll see if we can take down these Lakers. So let's see what they got going on there. I want to give less minutes to Caleb Holt, I guess. All right. Let's see what the Lakers have. So the Lakers probably still have, of course, Luka. So Luka, Grimes, Connect, Jaden, and then they have Anthony Black now, Reed Shepherd, Jet Howard. So, okay, solid team. I feel like we could maybe win, but Luka Doncic may have the upper hand here with his team. He's the vet here, of course, over our young squad. And it looks like they are going to take care of us pretty easily. But the fact that we even got some of that experience, I still think is nice. So I'll at least take that. And let's see who goes on to win this whole thing. Luka went to go play his former team, got swept pretty quickly. And we got the Pistons and the Mavericks. I imagine the Mavericks take care of business here. And they do. They win it in 5 flag as your finals MVP. So here's your retirements. James Harden's retiring in Chicago. Of course, we don't have anybody, I don't think, that's going to retire for us. We are in the lottery since we did lose out. We're the 15th best odds, so it looks like we're not going to get anything crazy here. Blazers get 1 view Orlando, which is nice, and Milwaukee, so the Blazers are feeling good. Las Vegas is picking in the top 3 again. We get to pick at 15 right out, or I guess inside the lottery because the team or league expanded. So Bill Donovan, I think in his first year as head coach, was pretty successful. Let's go see if we can get up pick 15. So I think we're going to be taking, I don't know how to say his name, but he's from China. So I don't know if he's anything like Gang Hansen on the Blazers right now. But I'm feeling good about him. We don't really have a center to be excited about. And why not bring some international market here from China to be interested in this team? So we love that. And I'll let the assistant GM take care of this late second rounder. So he ended up being a 75 overall, like it was advertised. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. Getting him as our new center feels good. Maybe he's the long-term starting 5. We'll see. Mikal Brown is already suggesting, hey, go ahead and decline your best player. Why would we do that? Doesn't make any sense. We'll accept that. And then Swain will accept as well. Ben Seraph will accept, who's been pretty good for us. Williams De Silva. And then you do have quite a few young players as free agents. I'm not going to be able to bring everybody back. So we'll more than likely just probably... Wait, how did Cody Williams do? 7 points. He just hasn't been efficient. That's the only thing that sucks about Cody Williams is he's just not an efficient player in 2K at all. So with the expiring or the qualifying offer being as big as it is, I might let him go, which sucks because I feel like he has potential, but the efficiency thing has me a little worried. I'm gonna let the rest of these guys go, and we'll go with those 3 as the qualifying offers. And then again, we're still sitting here probably with a lot of money. Jacoby Walter has earned himself probably a big contract. Cody Williams is asking for a ton of money anyway. I don't think I would have been able to get there with him. But I think Walter has earned an extension from us. So we are going to go ahead and give him that. And that's not even going to be close to what else we can give. So Walter, welcome back. We'll bring him in on a nice contract. So what else could we bring in? So we know we have Ben Seraph. We know we have Caleb Holt. We have Swain, who might become something, may not. Mogbo, Jovic. And then we have, this new center. But we also have cap space. So I'm going to see if there's anybody worth throwing an offer sheet out here. So I have done a couple offer sheets on the table. There's a ton of restricted free agents here. And I'm going after Missy and I'm going after Buzelis. So I'm throwing them a lot of money to try to bring them to Seattle to see if these teams would match them. And of course, we're extending Walter as well. So let's see. None of them will be matching what we're throwing out there, which is nice to see. So we'll take that. And I would not mind Cody Williams coming back on his qualifying offer. That I will say. There's Carter Bryant here as well. But I think I'm okay with letting Cody Williams come back again. Just kind of see. Give him one more chance. But if I do bring him back, he's our starting 3. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. So I guess I'd be okay with that. And then Thero is someone I'm interested in too. So if we can get these guys. Oh, I don't know about an offer sheet though. Yeah, we might have to let that one go. I'm sorry, but I don't think I can willingly pay Cody Williams as much money as the efficiency has just not showed. So I am going to let the Warriors grab him off of us, which I hate because I think I'm going to see how much he develops for the Warriors because maybe I'll regret my decision, but I can't with confidence give him an extension right now. I just can't, unfortunately. If he would have come back as qualifying offer, would have been absolutely open to it, but unfortunately that was never going to be an option. I'm going to bring in this 22-year-old and then we should get Thero back. And I think that will be our offseason. So Thero's back. And now here's progression. So you have Caleb Holt up to an 80. Ben is up to an 81. 82 Mikal Brown. And Buzelis is an 84. So nothing like striking just yet. But we are, looking good as we keep going in the video. Still a super young team. I think eventually if we can make a trade towards a veteran, that would be nice. We'll definitely look to maybe do that. But I like where we're at, man. I really do. I think we're slowly building something special here. So let's go see what we look like going into this next season. So power rank is still pretty low on us, which, they were low on us last year, I think, and we did make it into the play-in. So anything is on the table, I would imagine. So Ben Seraph is actually starting at point guard, which I can't get behind that. It's got to be Caleb, or it's got to be Mikal Brown starting at point guard. So we'll definitely be fixing that. So it's going to suck if Mikal Brown gets hurt and then, Ben Seraph can't be put in there. But Mikal Brown has to start for this team. He is our best player, at least right now he is. Maybe that changes, but we're going to put Mikal Brown in there. So it's going to be Jacoby Walter, Mikal Brown, Thero, Buzelis, Missy, Ben Seraph, Caleb Holt, Jovic, and Mogbo. I like how deep our team is, so I think this definitely has a shot to do something special this year. Shot tendencies, once again, I wanted to see these. So you have Buzelis down quite a bit, Mikal Brown, and Caleb Holt. So Caleb Holt might become something really good for us this year as well. So Mikal Brown, Caleb Holt, and also Jacoby Walter. Maybe there's this scenario where we trade Jacoby Walter the deadline to clear a path for Caleb Holt. I don't know. Was not anticipating Walter becoming as good as he was, but we'll see, man. We'll see. So I'm going to simulate to the trade deadline, see how we are, see how good we're doing, and maybe we make a big move at the deadline. So at the end of the year, number whatever this is, MVP goes to Wemby. Nathan is your rookie of the year. Koa Pete is your sixth man in Denver. He's playing pretty well for them. We could have drafted him, but I didn't. Wemby's your depoy. Reed Shepard's most improved. Here's your clutch player. Kid's your coach of the year. And Hobson is your executive. Asa Newell win Cup MVP. So I decided not to make a move at the trade deadline because I was thinking about trading for a small forward, but then I thought to myself, why don't we just do this? And I'll show you what I did, and it'll be interesting to see if we're healthy going in or not. So we are the 9th seed. We have we pretty much had the same record as last year, 40 and 42. I think it was 41 and 41 last year, but we're a higher seed, I guess, this time around. But if we look at the player stats, hopefully we are somewhat healthy coming in. Caleb Holt is healthy, which is good, which is what I want. So he's averaging 23 points per game, 19 from Mikael Brown, 15 from Buzelis, 15 from Jacoby Walter. So Jacoby Walter was someone I was considering moving at the trade deadline, but he was playing pretty well. He was shooting 40% from three, so I was like, maybe he's finally, you know. So I decided to move. This might not be the most ideal thing, but I moved Walter to the 3 and just started Caleb Holt, Mikael Brown, and Walter all together with Buzelis, Missy, and then Jovic and all that. So that's what I did. Don't know if that's going to stick long term, but that's what we're doing right now, as I like what Jacoby Walter has done for us in this video so far. So moving on from him, he's not someone I usually build with. So I know I just had him in the Raptors video, I'm pretty sure, but he definitely didn't hit no 84 overall. That's what I'm going to say right now. So let's see if we can go beat the Phoenix Suns and get to the second leg. We were just here last year and we lost in this scenario, but this time around, we're going to win 93 to 106. So we get a play-in win, which is nice to see. So let's go see if we can take down the Warriors, who have Rob Dillingham, Koulibaly, Cody Williams. Oh, wow. So, yeah, I let Cody Williams go. And, again, he's just not... I mean, it's just from outside he's not efficient. He's 49% from the field, 85% from the free throw. So, he got better in both those departments. Should I have kept him? Maybe I should have, because I'm looking for a small forward now. And he would have fit that. But I didn't bring him back. And that's what happened. So, it is what it is. All right, let's go see if we can't take down the Warriors now and get into the actual playoffs. That would be really nice if we could do that. And it's looking like this may not go well. We're coming back late, but we lose by 1. So again, unfortunate, but it is what it is. We're not in the playoffs this year. This has been a slow approach, and I like what we've done so far, but there is more to be done here. So Detroit and you got Detroit and Memphis. Memphis is usually never good, I will say. And Cedric Howard's developing for them. So I do like seeing the Grizzlies play well. I think that's actually kind of cool. So I'm glad to see them having success in the simulation. AD is retiring. Dame is retiring on the Kings. And Rudy Gobert is retiring on the Blazers. Oh, everything feels backwards right now. But lottery time. We're in here again. We got the 12th best odds. And we will have number 12. Okay, so we can work with that. Staff signing. We got Billy Donovan still. Again, we're just kind of a sleeping giant right now, in my opinion. If we make one big move, we could maybe do something. But at pick 12, we got Cam Mercer on the board, which I do think I'm more than likely going to go ahead and take him unless I'm missing out on anybody else. Petrovic, who's a shooting guard, 21. I mean, we're good at guard, but he is 6'3". Yeah, no, we're good on that. Okay, and then, so I do think I am just going to take Cam Mercer here out of Florida State. So that will be our pick. Welcome to Seattle, Cam Mercer. He is going to be a 76 overall. So I think we did pretty good there. So welcome to the team. And then Sharp in the second round, we'll take him as well. Mikael Brown, again, it keeps suggesting, hey, decline this. No, I'm good on that. We're going to keep Mikael Brown and Caleb Holt. This is my hopeful backcourt. As long as Caleb Holt's going to develop into something. If I could see him go up to like an 83, 84, I love that right now. And same thing with Mikael Brown. Let's keep getting him developing, or keep getting him to develop as well. Jovic, I'm good on, especially for $23 million. He's probably not going to move anywhere else at this point. And then Nick, I did bring him in, but probably won't look to bring him back. Ben Seraph, his is not that expensive, so we'll look to bring him back potentially. And then for free agency, we do have money again. So there is some good free agents to go after if we want to. So Mikael Brown, Caleb Holt, Mercer we just brought in, Jacoby Walter, Buzelis, and Missy. And then who knows what this guy's about to turn into for us this next season. So a lot of things to be intrigued by, but there's still more we can do. So let's go hit up free agency. So here's the 3 offers we have made. We're going after AJ Mitchell and Tyler Smith, and I don't know if we're getting the other guy just yet. He goes back. So I was going after Jay McDaniels, did not get him on the team, unfortunately, but AJ Mitchell and Tyler Smith are 2 guys I don't mind bringing in. So that sucks. We missed out on, so Jay McDaniels was my favorite target to hit up in free agency. Unfortunately, did not get him. You do have Knipple, who's another intriguing guy, but he's restricted. Ivy, Dariq Whitehead. Dariq Whitehead, I guess, as a backup is interesting, so I'll give him a deal. 2 years. Don't want to commit to him too long, but we can move him over to the 3, and I'd be happy with that. And then Ben Seraph should be back as well. He is getting an offer sheet. I'm going to go ahead and match it, and we should have a pretty solid roster to eventually make a trade here as well. But I do want to see what progression looks like before we do anything. So here's what I'm looking for, and we are getting it a little bit here. So Missy, Buzelis are developing. Mikael Brown's an 83. Nothing overly exciting yet. I don't think we have the superstar, though. That's the problem. So even Nick is developing a little bit, too. So I do like some of the scores we have, but if we can find a guy to be the #1 option on this team and be like the leader, Whitehead's up to an 84 as well, which I'll take. I think we could be in business, and we have plenty of depth to maybe do something. So we're going to go see. Oh my gosh, look at our point guard. Trio point guard, all in 83 overall. Clearly, we could do something there. So let's go make something happen. So I'm trying to talk to the Philadelphia 76ers about VJ Edgecombe. As I mentioned, we need a high overall player here, and Edgecombe fits that bill. He's already been extended, and we're looking to offer him Ben Seraph, Jacoby Walter, and then, of course, we have some other intriguing things. Like, if we get VJ Edgecombe, I'm confident we could probably make a playoff run this year, which is why I'm okay with doing this. We're offering Ben Seraph, Jacoby Walter, and an unprotected pick, and then we can maybe throw in something else as well if we need to. So, like, we can go max, and let's say we threw in Sharp as well. So does this give me VJ Edgecombe? I know we kind of have, you know, if we move Walter, which does suck, I love what he's done, but Edgecombe would come in. That would move Caleb Holt to the bench. I'd be okay with that. They don't agree to it, though, so that's not going to go through right away. Cam Mercer is someone we just drafted, but if we get Edgecombe on this team, I'm not really sure if Mercer ever has a role anyway. And that still doesn't go through. So we might be striking out on the idea of getting VJ Edgecombe, which makes sense. He's a good player. So it was worth a shot. What if I throw a 2032 unprotected as well? That doesn't change anything. Sharp's not valuable. I'll try one more thing. I'll go Nick here. That might get it done, and it does. We'll bring in VJ Edgecombe to the team. And now we have Mikael Brown, AJ Mitchell, Caleb Holt, VJ Edgecombe, Shulga still here. Dariq Whitehead at that 3 now. Thero. And then one thing I've also noticed is that Cody Williams is up to an 86 overall for the Warriors. So I may have messed up by not bringing him back, man. He's developing really nice for them. Unfortunately, I missed out, but I still feel good about the rotation we have going into next season. So here's your rotation going into this season. Mikael Brown, VJ Edgecombe in the backcourt, Dariq Whitehead, Buzelis, Missy, AJ Mitchell, Caleb Holt, Tyler Smith, and also Sinan is also playing, if I'm even saying that name correctly. But I feel good about this rotation. We're bringing in the best player here with Edgecombe. He may not be the best scorer here, but that might be because his shot tendency is down so low. Let's see what it is. So his tendency, whoops, it was right in front of me, is only a 73. So we're going to push this up because I do want him to become a star here. Mikael Brown's is high, and so is Caleb Holtz. But we'll maybe bring his down just a tad bit because Edgecombe, of course, is taking a role now. But if he wants to become the 6th man, I'd be okay with that. And Mikael Brown, Edgecombe, and also, Caleb Holt should score pretty nicely. So, I will see you guys at the end of the season. I have a lot of expectations for this team this year to be a playoff team, and hopefully that does happen, but we shall see. So, at the end of this season, Jokic wins MVP in a Wizards jersey of all places. Tony is a Rookie of the Year for the Kings. Caleb Holt does win 6th man. I said I would love for him to become the 6th man off the bench, and it looks like he did just that. I think this is the first time in a long time I've seen us win 6th man of the year with that much scoring off the bench. Depoys or Wimby or Ghost. I've said that before in a previous video, and someone told me that is true as well, and I said it again. Edgecombe does win most improved because we pushed up his shot tendency, but I love that he became a good player for us. And Billy Donovan, as you can see, things clicked on all cylinders. 66 and 16, Coach of the Year. Executive goes to Victor Flowers, which is AKA me. But here is your all NBA first team. We probably don't have anybody, or no, Edgecombe makes it, so I love that. Glad we brought him in from Philadelphia. They trade him to us, and we are very happy to have him. And we get Edgecombe all defensive second team as well. But how far are we going to go in these playoffs, though? We go from the play-in tournament to not even ever making it like a Phoenix Suns type jump to the 1st seed. Team stats wise, offensive rating, we were number 3. Defensively, we were number 1. So I'm sure Edgecombe helped out with that a lot. Let's take a look at the player stats outside of what we saw. So Edgecombe averaged 27 as we saw. Caleb Holt with 21 and Mikael Brown with 19 and 8. So I'll take that. 17 from AJ Mitchell, 15 from Buzelis, 8.5 from Tyler Smith. So a lot of good things to like here, but all that matters is, and then how many games did everybody play? So 70 games from Edgecombe. All 82 from Missy and Buzelis. Our front court stayed healthy all season. And then it kind of staggers. Although Caleb Holt played all 82 as well. No wonder why he got that 6-man nod. All right. We get to play the Golden State Warriors in round 1, who did knock us off in the play-in last year. They got Reed Shepard, Nick Smith, Williams, Thomas. You got Sohan, Bilal Coulibaly, Sensabaugh, Mogbo, and AJ Green. So game 1 is going to Golden State. Go to Golden State. We do even it up, though. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to them. All right, we got a battle here early on with this Warriors team. So let's see if we can go win game 5 in Seattle. And that would be clutch if we can, because if we go down 3-2, we're probably in trouble, but we will win game 5, 104-112. Very tough team in front of us, I will say. This Warriors team is no joke. So let's see if we can't come out here and win this game 6 to close this out. It's looking... Oh, no, we're going to game 7. So game 7 is going to happen. So let's go to this game 7 in Seattle. Let's see if we can't take care of business here and get to the second round. I'd hate to be the first seed, just get eliminated by the 8th seed. May happen, but we are going to hang on 99-118. So we get to play the Spurs now. So AJ Mitchell is, I guess, starting right now, which, okay, that's fine. If it worked, it worked. And everyone is healthy other than Tyler Smith. We get to play the San Antonio Spurs. So let's see. They got Fox. They got Castle. They got this guy. They got Lonzo Ball, Wemby, Williams, Santi Aldama, and another... Oh, close to Aldama, but not quite. And then Wemby, of course, is the most scariest part, and Castle and Fox in the backcourt. Is Harper hurt for them, or is he just gone? So he is hurt right now, so that's big for us. We'll take that. So we take a look to see what his injury is. He's out for the season with a broken right kneecap, so that should help us out, you would think, as we do lose game 1, and we even it up. Game 3 is going to go to us. Close game so far, but do we beat the Spurs in 5? Yes, we do. Okay, we are in the conference finals to play the Dallas Mavericks. So they have, of course, Cooper Flag. Outside of that, though, the roster does look somewhat weak, but injuries could be playing. I don't know how good these guys are. Are they hurt at all? Did we get hurt? Looks like we're healthy, which is good. And then we look at the Mavericks. Do they got any injuries to worry about? That was the Orlando Magic. Nope. Nothing to report over there for the Mavericks. I don't think we had any either, unless there was one at the bottom I didn't notice. Tyler Smith. I mean, that doesn't hurt us too much, but he is out, which doesn't help either. But all right. Let's see, man. Hopefully we can come out here and get a win over the Mavericks. Game 1. Let's go to us. 128-111. 28-26. Caleb Holt and Edgecombe have been a one-man or a duo wrecking crew. Mikael Brown, not to mention as well. We got a nice big 3. Game 2, up 2-0. So our bench is kind of loaded because you got Mikael Brown and Caleb Holt coming off the bench, and you don't mess us up with Mitchell and Edgecombe in the starting spot. And we might go, okay, are we going to sweep the Mavericks? Going to build 3-0 lead. No, we beat them in 5. Wow. Okay, so we beat them in 5, and now we get to play the Minnesota Timberwolves. So, or I guess the Knicks are still alive too, but it is the Wolves. So Anthony Edwards, Conference Finals MVP, and Edgecombe. So that should be a nice shooting guard battle. So you got Trey Mann, Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, Behringer, Baldwin, Naz Reid, Trey Murphy, Peyton Pritchard, and that's it. I mean, they got some other things here as well, but Caleb Gaskins, I wonder if he's hurt right now. It looks like he might be because, no, he's just a 78 overall. So he's not hurt or anything. And then Trey Murphy is hurt, and so is Colin Sexton. Okay, well, they got some injuries, and I believe we're healthy. So this could be our chance to win this championship to end this video. So game 1 is going to go to Minnesota. Edwards is tough. We do even it up. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to us. Uh-oh, boys. I think we're in the driver's seat. Can we go ahead and win at home in Seattle to bring this championship where it belongs? Let's see if we can make it happen. It is a close game, and one thing I did do with these new settings is I do believe the gameplay is fixed now. If you guys saw me jumping in that Nets video, it was a disaster. So this is a somewhat close game, but I think we got it wrapped up. Let's jump in within the last 2 minutes, and let's see if we hang on to the lead or not. So here we are up 3-1 right now, and I'm willing to play this out. I mean, we have a nice lead, so I think I can... Oh, whoa. Okay, hold on. I already turned over the ball. That's not good. So we got McDaniels getting the ball here, and everything seems really fast compared to the last time I jumped in, and that's an and 1. Not a good start to me jumping in here, I'll be honest with you, but... it's okay. We'll bounce back. So let's get Randall at the free throw line, see what he does here. He is going to sink it. And this Seattle court's looking pretty dope. I will be honest with you. This creator did a great job. So let's try this again. Even the crowd looks pretty cool. All green. I love that. So let's see if we can't be better here. I definitely could have hit my center down low. I didn't see that. Oh, okay. Well, this is pretty rough so far, I will say. Gameplay, but I'm going to bounce back. Don't you worry. Let's just get a stop on the defensive side, and then we can get off and running in transition. So Edwards is trying to get around me. He's going to Pritchard down low. Pritchard bounces out to Randall. And Randall is going to shoot a mid-range, and we get the stop. Oh, rebound. There we go. There we go. All right, so we're off and running. And let's see if I can't get something going here. So let's get to our point guard, AJ Mitchell. And let's see. Do they leave Edgecombe wide open in the corner? Nope. Edwards is guarding him. I'm going to see if I can sauce Edwards. No, not quite. Not going to happen. All right, so it's a 7-point game. Thankfully, there's not a lot of clock left, or we could be in trouble. But Randall's going to go to Peyton Pritchard. Nas Reed trying to score over me. He does get it in. It's a 5-point game. All right, let's hit a basket, man. Let's actually make... Oh, they're fouling. Never mind. I'm going to go to the free throw line then. So at least I can get some free throws. I'm going to get this to Edgecombe. They're going to probably foul. They're not fouling yet. Pritchard's trying to foul me. AJ Mitchell's left wide open, and I miss it. Was that the right move? I don't know. Probably not, but looks like Trey Murphy's hurt. Pritchard is going to shoot it over us. All right, just like that, I've allowed them to make it a 3-point game, bro. This is actually bad. What am I doing out here? All right, let's lock in, man. We're still fine. Edgecombe's gonna make this free throw. It's stuttering. Why is it doing that? I don't like that. But we missed the second one. We're just letting them slowly. If they hit a 3 here, guys, I have just royally just played this horribly wrong. But I'm gonna clamp up. Don't you worry. Edwards. Oh my gosh. Randall, but we get a good closeout, and he does not make it in. Okay. If he would have hit that 3, bro, we would have been in trouble. That's all I'll say. But we're going to make it a 5-point game, and we'll make it. Nope, we missed that one as well. Minnesota is going to use that last timeout. Technically, they're not out of the woods. We're not out of the woods just yet, but I think it's safe to say we have this one locked up. I mean, I don't think this is going to go anywhere else. So I just got to get a stop, and that's all she wrote. Edwards trying to hit a 3. I'm in his face. Oh, Mitchell get the... Yeah, that's clutch steal. All right, so Pritchard fouls out at the free throw line again. And, man, I thought that starter would show up again. It didn't this time. So, there we go. Oh, bro, this was brutal all around. But thankfully, the game's over. Maybe I should never play again because, holy crap. McDaniels is going to hit a 3, but there's not enough time for them. Imagine I inbounded to, like, them to tip it. But we're just going to... Wait. What is going on? Hold on. What just happened? Why couldn't I not have... Bro, what am I doing right now? If they hit a 3... Why couldn't I have not inbounded the ball there? Dude, no way they just forced overtime. He didn't get that off. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm over here struggling. He didn't get it off. Thank you, Lord. How the hell did he hit that? But all right. You know what? No gameplay from me going forward after that. I almost just blew that. That's crazy. I'll let you guys watch Championship Celebration if you feel inclined to, but this rebuild ended in success. Almost a disaster. But this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.